Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. I'm Shivani, and this is the place where we talk about manifestation, mindset, spirituality, and personal growth. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to just be yourself. It's so funny actually, because I remember the first time I heard this was a friend told me, Shivani, the reason why this guy really likes me, it's because I'm just so myself. So, you should just be yourself. And I was like, what the heck do you mean by just be yourself? And at that time, obviously, I've had no sort of any starting to my self growth, personal growth journey, and I was just still trying to figure out things. I mean, how to be yourself. No one talks about it. No one tells you how to do it, but you're expected to be yourself. Like, I knew one thing, that when she told me, I really feel ashamed of the fact that, oh, that means I'm not being myself. And that really kind of like got me down, because there was no way to go up, because I didn't know how to do that. But it really made me feel more embarrassed, more guilty, more ashamed, as if I was not already feeling blah about it. But yes, most of the time this is what happens. People ask us to just be yourself, but they don't really show us the way to do it. So in this video, we're really going to be talking that about, because it's been like, I think 7 to 8 years since then that has happened, and my life has really taken on its own course of personal growth and my spiritual evolution. So I think the reason, first of all, it's so difficult to be our own selves. I just want to, like, first of all, start off this video by telling you that let's be really honest, nobody's 100% themselves right now, because of all the social media influences, because of all the just this is the kind of world that we are living in. We are desperately trying to fit in, and it starts the moment we are born. It starts the moment we come to this planet, with our families, with the society, with the conditioning. We want to desperately fit in. We want to be liked and accepted, and we just want to, we somehow have this belief that if I am like this person, or if I'm like everyone else, then I will be accepted more, because somehow our brains have been taught, like, mirroring, right? So when a child is born, they mirror their parents to be accepted and liked, and also because the child believes that their parents are, that's their world, and they are the sole providers of everything. So coming from there, it actually starts feeling like we start to try to fit in, try to be like other people in our surroundings, in our society, and we want to fit in. And it's really sad to say that that's what leads to now what we call trends, now what we call the social media influence that we have, because of the whole all of our lives being displayed on digital feeds. We all wanna, we all have selected a specific prototype which we believe is the epitome of a successful life, or the kind of life somebody who's made it is supposed to live, or you're supposed to look like this, or you're supposed to sound like this, and this is how you would know that you made it, or you're successful, or whatever your criteria are. But that's just like so misleading, because we all try to fit into that prototype, we all try to fit into that mold, but because that's not us, one, we are never able to actually fit in. Two, we feel shame around it. And three, it never draws in the things that we at an authentic level really want. It never draws in or magnetizes the people who are for us, the purpose which is for us, anything on the outside that is truly for us, because we are not being ourselves. And that's, I think, I'm sure my well-meaning friend meant to say. Probably when she did not know at that time that this is the magnetic energy, this is the magnetizing energy that you have when you are actually being yourself. you actually draw in people who are actually for you. You actually draw in situations and opportunities of growth and evolution and abundance and wealth and whatever, which is actually for you, because it's a vibrational match of you being you. When you're not being yourself, it's like how I always like to explain it, like you're wearing a mask in the party, and the people who are going to be attracted to you because you're wearing that mask will be dependent on the kind of mask you're wearing. So an analogy I use all the freaking time is that if you are wearing a Disney princess mask, you will be attracting people who would actually be fans of Disney princess. And now, if you're wearing that mask and deep down you hate Disney princess or the concept of them, and then you're gonna draw in all these people who are gonna start talking to you about Disney princess. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm not even interested in this. And this is what happens when you try to fit in, when we try to wear someone else's perceptions, the clothes or mask. We draw in the match that is of that mask that we are wearing. So which is why authenticity is so truly crucial to actually build the life that you truly want to build, or to draw in opportunities, people, connections, stuff that is truly in resonance with who you really are. Now that we've kind of like I've given you a little gist of why are we doing this, let's really deep dive into how to do this, how to just be yourself. So we begin by self-awareness, and I believe a lot of us are not able to really understand the whole concept of just being ourselves, because we are not aware. We do not know our own selves, and this is actually how my personal growth journey actually began, with me sitting down with myself after a little heartbreak, or just a rough patch in my college life, I guess, and sitting down and actually being like, I want to know myself. I want to just explore my own self, and obviously nothing connected to spirituality, but this was just when I started. I believe this is the crucial point where my spiritual growth actually began, without me even knowing it. So what I did was I actually started journaling when I didn't even know how journaling works, but I just picked up a pen and paper and I just started writing the things that I really like, the things that I don't like, uh, and it was just a way of me trying to understand my own self. And this is really, really important, because if you want to be yourself, you got to know who are you. And I don't mean it in a very philosophical way, because this is such a broad, wide spectrum question. You can go to any lens to understand this, but really trying to see it from a very casual perspective. Like when you go on a date, the most casual questions which people ask each other is like, what do you like, what do you don't like, what are your favorite foods, what's your favorite color? So start getting to know yourself on that level. I believe that's really a great way to start building that relationship with yourself. Again, you got to be yourself, then you got to at least be in a relationship with yourself, and then this is where you start. You cannot dive deep into like, tell me your deepest trauma at this stage, right? So just trying to build that relationship and just trying to create that self-awareness about what triggers me or what makes me angry, without any judgments actually. Because what we're really trying to do here is to break away from judgments, is to break away from any sort of conditioning that has a thinking that this is only the one way of being successful, this is only the one way of being in love, this is only the one way of living life, this is only the one way of being. Because when you're gonna be yourself, you will be breaking out of all of these conditioning and boxes which have kind of like steer you away from being yourself. So self-awareness is really, really, really important, where you try to understand yourself on a deeper level. And it's like this beautiful mystery, where you start building this connection from this place, and like be curious actually to understand, okay, what is it that really intrigues me, what is it that actually inspires me, what is it that I would like to do when I'm probably not in a good mood, what cheers me up, what is my favorite memory. just really casual but really important questions before you dive deeper into the next phase. Now, something that I really believe it's really important to ask yourself is, why do you like to fit in? Why do you like to be something else or someone else that you are not? And of course, on a conscious level, that can feel like, I'm not trying it. But so really having an open mind and an open heart, and probably you can journal this out and really asking yourself, what is the payoff here in the sense? And this is something that I use in all my workshops and all everything that I create actually, because there's always a payoff. There's always something because of which you're doing. Most likely, if you are trying to be like somebody else, is because deep down somewhere you have believed that it's not safe to be you. You deeply believe and understand that it's not safe to be me. This is a very deep belief system that most of us actually carry. I think all of us, for that matter, if you are right now on this planet, where you believe that it's just not safe to be me. It could have come from sometime, probably somebody told you in some shape or form, or your childhood version might have adapted this, or maybe it might come from past life and conditionings, who knows. But it doesn't matter where it comes from. What matters is that somewhere we do believe that it's actually not safe to be me. So an affirmation to counter that belief could be, it's safe to be me. Really hone onto this affirmation, really hone onto these words. Maybe you can sing to yourself, maybe you can write it down, maybe you can just keep on repeating that to yourself, maybe put a wallpaper writing that it's safe to be me. It's really safe to be me. And that's something that I had to actually tell myself a lot of times, because for me, one of my most toxic shadows have been seeking approval, where I felt like it was actually not safe. Also because of my past life experiences, where I felt I have faced persecution, and it just never felt like safe to be me and safe to actually express myself too, because expression is the most important part of me being me, right? So it could be totally different for you, but whatever, in whichever shape or form that might come for you, you got to remind yourself that it is actually safe to be you. Now, something that you can really do is quick check-ins. Once you become conscious and aware that, okay, this is something that I want to work with, really check in with yourself. So what I would suggest, what you can do, one cool thing to do is to actually put a reminder on your phone or in your calendar, and just like probably thrice a day, you just check in with yourself. Or maybe you can check in when you're making an important decision, when you're posting online, or when you're wearing something, or when you are sending someone a text, or just anything, whatever makes you kind of like doubt. Really just taking a moment to reflect, instead of kind of like just running that show, how it has been running for all this while, running that programming, how it's been just running. Just holding yourself back for a moment and really asking yourself, wait, is this me? Is this really me? Or am I trying to fit in? Or am I trying to seek approval? Am I trying to seek validation? And it can take a little time to be okay asking yourself this question, and to be comfortable in receiving the answer. But practice it a little while. I assure you, it'll get so easy. One quick way to do that is to actually probably just tune into your body, deep breath in, and just like center yourself and see yourself where your body tilts towards, right? So for me, when my body is like and I get here, it's like a yes, and it's going here, it's like a no. For you, it can literally be anything else. It's like, how do you feel into your body? And again, it's such a beautiful way to even know yourself on a deeper way. How does your body react? How does your intuition and your gut react? What's your reaction? What's your response like? It's actually a beautiful opportunity for you to practice all of this. So, and it will actually establish a deeper connection to your body as well. So really going deeper and really asking yourself, is this me? Is this really me? And see what comes up. If you want, you can journal it, and so that you can see it clearly on a piece of paper. If that makes more clear for you. You can go on a little rant, record it, and just see it as a second person. and be okay with shifting your actions if need be, or be forgiving yourself. All right, so childhood memories. I really believe that if you want to get to know yourself on a deeper level, your childhood memories are such a beautiful way to crack that place, because when you are a child, you are mostly untainted by the world. You're mostly not influenced by society. You don't really like care so much, right? uh, so really going back to your childhood memories, really trying to remember the old times, and really remembering how were you like, what were the things you like to do, asking your mom probably about it, or whoever was your primary caretaker, and really going deep into and asking yourself, what was I like? What did I like to do? What sparked joy in me? Because as a child, there was no condition or an outcome based action taking place, right? Like a kid does not do anything based on an outcome. It just happens naturally by what brings them joy or happiness. And that's how you were too at one point, where you were not doing things to please anybody, where you were not doing anything to fit in, where you were not doing anything to for anybody else but for yourself, because it just came so naturally. Really spending time with yourself, like really dancing by yourself, really singing by yourself, really doing fun things just by yourself, dressing up, whatever it may look like, but basically just doing things for and with yourself, so that when you share that with the outside world, that comfort doesn't come in between. Like, you don't want to come off as uncomfortable, and you're just doing something just to just for someone outside of you. So really doing something, if like you know, like if you eat food every day, and if you're gonna eat food outside with a friend, it's not gonna sound awkward. But if you don't dance every day, and if you're gonna dance outside for the first time, it's gonna feel freaking intimidating. So really establishing that comfort level within yourself, and being comfortable in your own skin before you want to share it with the outside world. So that's pretty much it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down below. Gives it a thumbs up. It's also very interesting because on DLL, our theme has been expression, and that's a workshop that I have created all about creation. So we have a beautiful workbook to go along with it, and we have an audio kick-ass tapping, I should say. Like, no shame there. I'm just saying, like, it's so freaking good. And if you really feel inspired and called, like, seriously, click the link in my bio and just start your. It's just gonna up level your expression to the whole different level. But really let me know, how did you find this video? If you have any new topic suggestions, leave them down below. If you have any questions, leave them down below too. Give this a like, and if you want to see more videos, then please subscribe. And if you want to turn notifications on, that too yet. All the links are down below. Get to know more about spirituality, mindset on my website dreamlifelounge.com. I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your space with me today here. I really honor you, and thank you so much, and have a beautiful week ahead, and I'll see you next week.